Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You know, when the pandemic hit, the year 2020, coronavirus, the outbreak, all that stuff happened, it's like the whole world changed. And so many things that we would normally do a particular way are to be done now a different way. That also pertains to marketing. So whether you own your own business, you work for a sales organization, or you're just doing things for church, because marketing is really in everything, in every aspect of our life, whether you own a business or work for a sales organization or not. Though I have right here with me 10 truths about marketing after the pandemic. And I'm going to have to tell you, I started looking at this. At first I was a little, I have to tell you, this does make a lot of sense. And it's probably going to help you. Some of the things that have been picked up on will help you in your business or whatever you strive to do in life. The COVID-19 pandemic upended a marketer's playbook, challenging the existing rules about customer relationships and building brands. In 1 year, there's not going to be back to the old normal. There are 10 new marketing truths that reveal the confluence of strategies. So let's talk about those. So old truth, so I'm going to give you old truths and the new truth. So old truth, by the way, this you can find this online at hbr.org, hbr.org. Now the COVID-19 crisis has reinforced what we already know. The old truth, marketing begins with knowing your customer. I still believe this is true. However, here's what they said the new truth is. Marketing begins with knowing your customer segment. Let's see what they're talking about here. So the brands must communicate in a very local and precise terms, marketing specific customers based on their circumstances and what is most relevant to them. Now this means truly understanding the situation on the ground, whether it's country by country, state by state, zip code by zip code. For some businesses such as banks, restaurants, or retailers, it may even mean tailoring communications store by store. Beyond geography, we have learned marketing messages that need to be personally relevant, aligned to an individual situation and values, as opposed to demographics such as age and gender. So creating a personal human connection within any commercial message requires defining consumer segments that describe people according to multiple dimensions that influence their purchasing behavior, from their psychographics to attitudinal characteristics. Now, the EY Future Consumer Index, which has conducted 5 waves of research with 14,500 individuals in 20 countries since the start of the pandemic, has identified 5 different cohorts of consumers. So let's go through those. Affordability first, okay? So 32% of consumers living within their means and budget, focusing less on brands and more on product. I've been doing that for years anyway. Health first. Okay, 25% protecting their health and that of their family, choosing products they trust to be safe and minimizing risk in the way that they shop. Then number 3, they say, is planet first, is 16%, trying to minimize their impact on environment and buying brands that reflect their beliefs. Society first, these are the people who put society first, and that's 15% of the people who were interviewed. Working together for the greater good, buying from organizations they find to be honest and transparent. Now, for the people who put experience first, there were 12% out of the people being interviewed. So living in the moment to make the most of life, often making them open to new products, brands, and experiences. Now, utilizing customer segmentation and personas can bring deeper insights into media strategies and creative marketing approaches. Better still, those insights can be carried through to inform the full customer journey. Okay, number 2, here's the old truth. You're competing with your competitors. New truth, you're competing with the last best experience your customer had. That's true. I think that's probably pretty much, my old truth. Consumer expectations were already on the rise before COVID-19. Gen Z folks grew up with technology seamlessly integrated into their lives. So direct-to-customer companies like Glossier or Parachute were already conditioning us to expect a level of hyper-personalization since they were particularly adept with our personal data. But when the coronavirus hit, digital transformation accelerated overnight. This, in turn, sent customer expectations skyrocketing in terms of what companies could do for them with a more digital experience. And that's a tough thing to do. I'm more of a person-to-person contact person. I like to look at somebody when I'm talking to them. I've never even liked to use the phone, even before the pandemic hit. I feel like I'm missing something. You may miss something that could be interpreted the wrong way. Maybe the customer took what you said the wrong way. And so I've kind of always been that way. So this in turn sent consumer expectations skyrocketing. Now the customer expects so much more than just a seamless digital transaction. As Carla Hassan, who is the Chief Marketing Officer of Citi, explained earlier in the summer, now that companies have their personal data, they want personalized experiences across the entire customer journey. The company should also focus on 3 strategies to ensure their experiences deliver their customers' rising expectations. Okay, number 1 to this is make brand scores a key KPI for the full customer-facing organization. Now, ideally, using real-time analytics as opposed to snapshot looking backwards from a point in time. Build the right data and technology foundation to support important use cases throughout the customer journey. Number 3, align individual and collective goals across the customer journey so any disconnects between functional silos like marketing, sales, and customer service are visible to your end consumer. I'm just going to tell you, you can have the worst personality in the entire world. I'm talking like you just be horrible. You can have a second-rate product you're trying to sell or market out there to someone. But if you just show some kind of a genuine belief in your customer, that you believe them and you're there to support them, they'll look through all this other stuff, all the fluff and whatever. If they feel like you care, you've gained a customer for life. Number 3, the old truth. Customers hope you have what they want. Here's the new truth. Customers expect you to have exactly what they want. If the bar just keeps rising, we must aspire to new values around customer experiences. In both a B2C and a B2B context, consumers today expect that any experience will be frictionless, relevant, and connected. In other words, they are concerned only with getting what they want when they want it, and they insist nothing gets in their way. Part of this is about growing folks up in the me generation, where it's all about me. That's where some of that comes from. But you know something? If you will be the servant in what you do, I'm just telling you, if you don't mind being the servant, you're going to be the most successful person in your organization, because people like to be felt like they're up there in demand. People like for someone to cater to them. And I'm a servant type anyway, so it's kind of natural for me. And I'm kind of almost like a mother hen type. So it's, again, with me, it's easy to do. But if you come across as a marketing person or a salesperson like they're lucky that you're actually in their presence, you're not going to be very successful. You may be a while, and it may look as if things are going good, but people get tired of that after a while. They have to be the center of attention. And I actually like for my customers to be the center of attention as well. My guests, my sponsors, all of those have to be, in my mind and in my heart, they have to be number 1. They have to be way above me. That's why I tell, when I'm interviewing folks, I tell them, I'll say, you know, you're the star of the show. And they are. I've got the world's easiest job. All I got to do is show up and ask the right questions without being in a demeaning way. So you got to let them, you got to be the servant. And even in new technology, you've got to have a servant's mind. Okay, now we've been talking about the data and the 4 C's. So let's go ahead and talk about the 4 C's. content that can be provided with experiences like emails or mobile apps. Commerce, such as physical retail, e-commerce, or a hybrid experience. Community is the third C, such as convening business-to-business buyers at a virtual trade show or hosting a webinar on home repair for consumers. And convenience, like offering consumers coupons or benefits from a loyalty program. This is something, I was in the cell phone business for a very, very long time, and this is something that I always argued with the higher ups about. I would say, you know what, if we could treat, which I did, but if we, as a company, if we could treat our existing customers like we do new customers trying to get them in, they'd stay with us no matter what. It would be through thick and thin. They would, because here's what would happen. So like after a year's service, so your customers were watching phones be practically free going out the door. And they were like, well, wait a minute. You're charging me for repairs on the cell phone. I've been with you for 5 years. That needs to be taken into consideration. It really does. So, whatever you're selling, your widgets or whatever, the customer can't feel like, wow, I've been with you a really long time, and you're treating the people that are just coming in better than me. They can't feel that way. That's an old-fashioned trait, but I'm going to tell you what, it works, even now. Okay, so today most of the 4 C's are delivered in a one-size-fits-all approach, but as consumers increasingly demand greater personalization, companies will need to use more data and intelligence to sharpen their decision-making and drive greater relevance into their customer interactions to build a stronger human connection to their brands. Okay, we've got to go into a commercial break. We will be right back in just a few minutes. Y'all hang in there. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Okay, so we are back. My name is Donna. I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. We're talking about the new laws. The new, and in addition to the old truth versus the new truth, and this has happened since COVID has happened, and there are new marketing techniques. There's a whole new world out here. But I'll just tell, and these are grand ideas, but I'm telling you, the old-fashioned looking people in the eye, shaking their hand, letting them feel like they're elevated above you, that will always work. I don't care what has happened in the world. Okay, number 4, there's an old truth. It's called courting customers is just like dating. Now, the new truth, courting customers, is just like online dating. So let's see what that means. For a long time, marketing was largely about buying mass reach or targeted reach at the best rates in media and hoping to convert it. So basically, it was like going to as many parties or bars as you could in the hope that you would find that special someone. It was a world of, frankly, a lot of face-to-face encounters. So enter online dating and sweeping through apps. Now, finding your perfect match may be less about chance, more about data and algorithms. In marketing terms, we've seen a shift from brand marketing to build reach to performance marketing to generate leads. Now, the pandemic's acceleration of digital channels only that was a speed test to this trend. However, while performance marketing enjoys a strong, important position in the mix, leading CMOs realize that it is a fine balance of brand and performance marketing that delivers the best results. And they also must fight hard against the bias towards that which is most easily qualified. Now, many are bringing their customer relationship managements, their CRM team, closer than ever to the media teams to see the full continuum more easily and realize efficiencies. Now, CRM, which is powered principally by first-party data or customer data that the company owns with the customer's consent, of course, is the driving force in initiatives like coupons, personalizations, or email marketing. However, that same first-party data can help generate greater efficiency in media, particularly digital media, and other addressable formats, allowing companies to target on a one-on-one basis. With third-party data declining in value as key browsers usher in rule changes in January 2022, marketers are getting way better at engineering the online dates that they want to go on, learning the new ways they need to harness the power of their own data, and developing new strategies to partner with publishers. So even as the targeting or dating strategy shift with the new rules of the game, it will be important for companies to leave space for both brand and performance marketing, given that bottom funnel strategies drive top funnel goals and vice versa. So simply put, they work better together. Number 5, old truth. Customers must sit at the heart of your marketing strategy. Here's what they say is the new truth. Customers must sit at the heart of your customer journey. What's that all about? So the concept of customer centricity is not news. However, the functional silos that interact with customers are often discontinued because of politics, organizational charts, technologies, or geography. The answer is, or the question is, how can we conceal these internal disconnects from the customer who assumes that the whole company knows them? We all have called the customer service and spoken to a call center rep or a chat bot that was not operating with the same information as the retail location, and vice versa. We've all been through that. I hate to say it because I was in it so many years, but especially cell phone companies. We must remember that marketing is often just the beginning of a relationship with the customer. For example, in a business-to-business context, we go through a journey of engaging them, converting them to the sale directly or indirectly, then hopefully retaining them so they become advocates. That's what you're after right there when they start sending you referrals, and potentially open to upsells and cross sales. Marketing must be viewed in the context of the full end-to-end journey and, where possible, work to connect the dots. It is not realistic to believe that the operating model for all customer-facing functions can or should report in the same place. The notion that reorganization solves all is a common misconception. It is far more important to look thoughtfully at the operating model and consider the process, technologies, the talent, data models, and KPIs to find the right way to align objectively around the customer's needs, then drive the change accordingly. Okay, so I've got this as a good one right here. The old truth, relationships matter. New truth, relationships are everything. That should have been an old truth right there a long time ago. It goes without saying that it's vital to build relationships with customers found on trust. Advertising, for example, makes a brand promise, and then it falls to the product, service, customer experience to deliver on that promise. But COVID-19 has placed a new emphasis on relationships, particularly in business-to-business sales. So faced with a virtual sales environment, teams with existing relationships have been able to maintain revenue momentum, capitalizing on the strength of their prior bonds. So in contrast, prospecting for new customers has required an evolved set of skills focused on selling solutions, and not products. In most cases, trust and integrity are fundamental to driving marketing momentum. For sales and marketing leaders in business-to-business organizations, this has necessitated a serious recasting of talent to identify people best suited to driving relationships in this new world of online interactions. A world that relies less on charm and even on expense account and more on insights and solutions. Got to get with it, and I'm talking fast. Trust will be built by and rewarded to those who listen to the customer needs and then craft solutions to meet those needs. Now, in business to context, trust also plays a tremendous role. It is fundamental to the value exchange between a company and a consumer. So, as companies rely increasingly on personal data that they obtain with consent from the customers, they must not only comply with the regulations on consumer privacy and ensure that data is secure, but they must also have the opportunity to consider building even more loyalty and differentiation by designing more transparent interfaces for privacy controls. Consumers can make better choices if they know what they are agreeing to share with companies, and the clarity will foster deeper trust. Number 7, this is a good one. Old truth. Agility is a technology process. New truth is it's a modern marketing approach. What in the world? Okay, let's find out what they mean by this. We have heard for years that technological development benefits from agile cycles instead of sequential or linear waterfall approaches. So COVID-19 actually created an irreversible trend for marketing to embrace a similar nimble mentality. As the crisis has unfolded, a company could quickly find its message was wrong or its supply chain not in a position to deliver, immediately creating an advertising and or public relations crisis. Imagine a commercial showing people clustered together, not demonstrating social distancing, for example. Suddenly, long lead time creative process and annual budget cycles felt that they really needed the traditional approval dynamics, and that became constraining. So the fortunate outcome of the crisis was to create a mindset of marketing agility that is likely to be permanent. This includes continuous consumer listening and demanding senses, not only for the benefit of the marketing, but for the full company to capture the consumer sentiment. Meanwhile, operational, this also means faster decision cycles. You got to get on it. And more flexibility across key areas like creative, budgeting, and media. Old truth. Your brand should stand behind great products. Here's the new truth. Your brand should stand behind great values. Now, the pandemic truly challenged brand loyalty. The EY Future Consumer Index found that up to 61% of consumers, depending on the category, became willing to consider a white label product, let alone switch name brands. That dynamic, coupled with growing consumer awareness and activism during the social unrest of 2020, should make brands very focused on the values they express. In fact, key themes from EY research shows that while quality, convenience, and price still very much matter to consumer choice, factors like sustainability, trust, ethical sourcing, and social responsibility are increasingly important to how consumers select their products and services. Marketing has an opportunity to educate the broader C-suite and even the board on the importance of brand values when it comes to the post-pandemic marketplace where brand preferences have been upended. Okay, that's the end of the show today. I may have enough information to do a part B. I'll go ahead and check C. But thank you again so much for watching The Edge. My name is Donna, and I am your go-to person right here for information. Thank you so much for watching. You find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Again, thank you so much for watching. We definitely appreciate it.